Welcome to the Blind Loyalty Challenge. I am Amanda Cromhope from Truth Loyalty and the Blind Loyalty Trust. We interview world leaders in loyalty blindly. The challenge is about creating loyalty insight spontaneously and about a lot of fun. Simultaneously, it is about raising the awareness of the Blind Loyalty Trust, and 100% of the proceeds from my book, Blind Loyalty 101 Loyalty Concepts Radically Simplified, go towards the trust. We hope you enjoy the Blind Loyalty Challenge. We have a very exciting interview today on today's Blind Loyalty Challenge. I'm in the UK. Well, I'm not, but I'm interviewing Louisa Evans. She's head of customer loyalty and retention at just the most exciting brand I think we've had on here. So Hornby Hobbies. Louisa, you were tagged by Rachel Mercer, and Rachel might challenge me whether it's the most exciting brand because she's from Benefit Cosmetics. But it's just fabulous to have you, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, that's amazing. Oh, it's yeah, Rachel and I, yeah, we definitely have a good debate about that. But I sell tiny, tiny trains. Like, who's going to beat that?
Exactly. I know we all want our brows done, but tiny trains really definitely beats it. And you announced on LinkedIn this morning, which was just so lovely, that you've been cramming in the Blind Loyalty book. So there's nothing we can catch you out on. But maybe the first question will catch you out because it's set by someone else and not me. So I'm not to blame. The first question, I think this is a really interesting one because often when I ask someone to set a question, it does refer to AI. So this has an AI angle, but the question is, how are brands preparing for the consumer of the future as those consumers get more empowered by AI?
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic question. I definitely saw that one come in. Um, the interesting thing is, we are very excited about this because in the world of hobbies, one of the most beautiful things that our customers do is they're seeking immersion in their own worlds. They're creating, whether they're building an Airfix model or racing a perfect Formula One mimic
Mhm.
around a slot car track with Scalextrics. What we've got is the world of immersion. Your question is about how are brands preparing for AI, and if I could perhaps suggest something. Some of the things we're thinking about is, one, let's do the tactical stuff. So making sure our content is all, AI readable. We're getting up there in the Google searches. We've got our SEO teams on that, and that's great. But in terms of how the customer is going to behave, this is really interesting.
Mm.
AI promises us a world of leisure. The work that we have spent years doing, going from task to task, repeating our activities, etc., is going to disappear. So the brands, I think, that will thrive in this world where things are easily done, managed by AI agents, etc., will be one where there is more time for leisure. And we cannot wait. We
Yeah.
are working hard on making sure that we have an amazing array of products. So we're working with our product teams, and that's where I think the interest lies. We're going to go back to what we think about on a day-to-day basis is how our customers engage with our products and what meaning does it have for them in their lives, because suddenly, very soon, we're going
Mm.
to find people freed up of a lot of kind of drudge work because agents will be running it for them. So that's my view.
Yeah, lovely. And I'm certainly looking for a bit more leisure. Like I think we all work with our foot full on the pedal, and it would be great to have that leisure time and choose whether we're playing with train sets or doing our eyebrows.
Yeah.
Super. So, a second question in Blind Loyalty, chapter 66 is about omni-channel loyalty. And in a discussion I had with a lady called Dr. Milani Van Roy in South Africa, she heads up the Clicks Club Card, which is the most used program in South Africa. She claims that if a customer is using omni-channel for the brand, so app, online, and in store, obviously, they're worth 4 times more the average customer. So, in your world of loyalty, not necessarily just Hornby Hobbies, your experience, how is omni-channel loyalty driving that incrementality?
We see something very similar. We absolutely see something very similar. And actually, we are currently redefining how we reward our different customers who engage single channel versus multi-channel differently. Now, ours is a points-based program, but absolutely, we are seeing that the exact same multiples. In my former incantation, when I worked with a food wholesaler, we worked with Nectar, which is one of the largest UK loyalty programs there. And when we introduced even just an additional channel of telephones, we saw that the people that were adopting both had basically doubled the amount of spend
Mm,
they'll make with us, because it's about relevancy, right? It's being present and available in the channels that the customer wants, which we all completely
yeah,
understand. And we see that the more potential touch points we have, the better we craft and orchestrate those, the more relevant we are to our customers and our consumers. And I think that makes total sense to me. And I'm
yeah,
definitely seeing it in more than one of my iterations of looking after loyalty
yeah.
programs.
Absolutely. I mean, we're trying to get relevance right in terms of the communications, in terms of the offer. So we should be getting it right in terms of how they actually interact with us on the main brand experience, not just the loyalty experience. So,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think loyalty is very much an adjunct and should serve brands, because that's where the emotional heart of what we promise to our customers lies. And it's really, really clear with brands that like Scalextric and Airfix and Pocket that what I work with.
you get to mention all these fabulous brands.
And
Normally, I'm interviewing someone from a bank or insurance. So
they're amazing. No, I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky.
super. Okay, my last question. It's super easy, the Blind Loyalty Challenge. We get through it before you've even started. Chapter 46 is around, and you say yours is a points-based program. So points or cash is the debate in chapter 46. From your experience, now often obviously points ultimate leads to cash off, but there are programs that give pure cash. From your experience, points or cash?
Oh, from my experience. Depends on the goal. It absolutely depends on the goal. We kind of mimic the test by having people who are not in our loyalty program and we compare them. Cash is really great for instant gratification, so I'll use it seasonally and spike that type of thing in if indeed that is available. When I'm saying cash, that doesn't really apply for us. It's more about discounts. And then the margin is obviously the key difference with points, and I will go with points in answer to your question. Um, the reason we like points is it is margin protective. It keeps,
Yeah.
again, in this world of, it's a very niche world that we work in. I need to protect these brands. I am merely a custodian of brands that have been loved through generations, and I need to protect that. And I do that by protecting our margins and offering points.
Great answer. I was in a client workshop this week actually, and this debate came up, and it was really the client just didn't want to, they didn't want points. There was a ingoing prejudice against points, which is not really a South Africa problem here. Like customers engage very much in points. But I was trying to say, like, I hear you, I understand what you're saying, but you may have your own prejudice against or pro, but actually points can really help you protect margin and do creative value adding without it being raw cash. And the customer
Absolutely.
still feels super happy and excited.
I think also technically, it has allowed us to build a foundation, right? So we're a very young program, only 3 years old in coming up, and points have helped us create a meaningful dialogue, while we still haven't really got our own identity and we still haven't, built everything we want to for our
Mm.
customers.
Great, thank you. Very informed answer. Super. You sailed through all the cramming of the blind loyalty pages has paid off. I'm sure if you hadn't picked it up, you'd be equally informed. Okay, so who can I talk to next? Who would you like to tag for me to talk to?
Well, I hope I can get away with this. But I would like to tag someone I met at a loyalty conference last year in London, and his name is Ed Child. He is the global head of consumer data and digital analytics at Costa Coffee. And I was absolutely blown away by and inspired by his very natural understanding of how data is important when it comes to relevance. Yes,
Mhm.
offer creation and commerciality, absolutely. But our data is so much richer than the price someone paid. And he sees that. And I would love to hear him speak about loyalty from that point of view.
Yeah.
Um,
Lovely.
the other person I would like to tag is someone who I met a long time ago at a company called Kapuri Technologies. His name is Amit Haralka, and he's head of growth in Tata Digital. He looks after Tata new fintech businesses now. He warms my heart. He is
Yeah,
a wonderful person and he's so wise. And he and I obviously shared a lot of discussion when we were talking about loyalty in that world. And I'd love to hear his stories from traveling on to China and to moving into Tata Digital and since and beyond that now. I think that'd be
stunning.
great.
Yeah, wonderful. Brilliant. Love it. Always love it when there's more than one person. And what kind of question, maybe not for these guys, but would you like to get answered on another challenge?
Yeah, so perhaps this is a little myopic, but we have a lot of discussion about tactics and strategies, medium and short term. Our world in my brands is actually about the loyalty that we're all trying to mimic with our technologies, and that loyalty is what I have kind of decided is called intergenerational. Um, our products are passed with affection and all that brand love from grandparent to grandchild. Our partners that we have been looking for and we continue to look for are people that manifest those days out with granddad, with dad, with mum. And it's about that
Amazing.
intergenerational loyalty. So, in this busy world of AI and automations and omni-channel management, how relevant do we think intergenerational loyalty is? And what are we doing about it in our world for our brands?
Wow. I'm scribbling this down. Let me get it right because no one's asked anything like that. I love it. I really love it because it goes to the heart of us as humans. Like it's the perfect question.
I think this is why I've been following you for a long time. I think this is what you're all about. It's that authenticity, it's that lived experience. And that's really when we as loyalty practitioners can make a big difference to people we otherwise would be, hard to, it's not just marketing, right? It's
Not
something
just marketing
that's why
and
we want it. That's why we
widgets
love
and
it.
AIs.
Yeah.
Oh, Louisa, that's absolutely beautiful. I could chat to you for much, much longer, and we'll maybe get connect on other channels. So, thank you so much. That was a beautiful interview, and I'm glad you had a few page turns just before, just to promote blind loyalty.
Amazing to be able to speak to you after following you for so long. Thank you.
Thank you, Louisa.